And we are in game number 1, guys. Welcome, everyone. Ozone playing with the Gujaras. Is going to be facing Licks playing with Huns. They are in the southwest and northwest, respectively, with the blue and red colors. Ozone, with his civilization, is going to get 2 additional berry bushes underneath the TC. Upon starting the game, he's going to have, in addition to that, the ability to garrison herdables inside mills for a trickle of food, for a constant trickle of food. Besides that, the Gujaras will also have 20, 30, and 40% higher bonus damage from mounted units in the Field Castle and Imperial Aegis, and for the team bonus, we'll see the Gujaras get 25% faster training, camel and elephant type units. Licks playing with Huns, on the other hand, does begin with 200 population at the expense of 100 wood. Begins with 200 population support, rather, not 200 population. And besides that, he's going to get 10 and 20% cheaper cavalry archer type units in the castle and Imperial Aegis. He'll have with Huns 50% accuracy on trebuchets as opposed to 15%, and for the team bonus, 20% faster working stables. So what do we get for this map? This is going to be Jungle Swamp. It's the same map we saw in the last game of the previous series, where the players begin in opposite sides of a center lake or a center pond rich in fish. So you can go and try to collect from the fish over here, of course, but it's going to come at a cost. And going for the dock over there, going for the fishing ships, is usually going to delay you to the fuel age, potentially to the castle age as well. And while it does pay off eventually, it has been the case so far in the tournament that it's too much of a price to pay for players for the most part, and they have chosen not to go for it too much. So yeah, there we go. Nice lure from Ozone. Hold on. Fantastic. And the game is pretty much even at this point in time. Ozone's military value is a little bit higher compared to Licks because of the scout camel he begins with. Yeah, there we go. Oh boy. It's trying to push the deer now. Let's take a look at the map generation, starting with Mr. Ozone. We'll see for the blue player, the main gold on the left-hand side. We have the secondary goal on the left-hand side, farther away, very, very far away from the TC. The other secondary goal is going to be on the right-hand side. I guess this could very well be neutral, right? Because this one is also 4 tiles, but we already have 3 around here, so I guess these are probably just neutral, and these are... or this is the main one. I'm not really sure what the script is looking like for this map. For Stone, on the other hand, he's got the Minster on the right-hand side, kind of far away. And then berry bushes on the back. They're going to be amazing. And the wool lines on the back as well will make it pretty easy for him to get some walls out from here to here, potentially like this. And like this, right? And secure the berry bushes, secure the gold as well. Taking a look at the map generation from Licks on the other hand. We'll see for the red player, the main goal on the back, secondary goal on the back as well, but very far away. And then the stone, the main one is going to be on the left-hand side, secondary one is going to be on the right-hand side. Now he does have, with the main goal over here on the back, a very nice map generation. Could very well go for some walls like, oh, check this out, he's going for a greedier wall, so that he can also secure the stone. This is very interesting. So he goes for the walls like this, and then on the right-hand side, he just goes for the walls like this, and from here to here, and that's good, right? He could potentially have decided to make a play like this, which would be a little bit easier to defend the walls like this, but of course, going like this would allow him to also secure the extra goal. So I am liking the map generation from Licks significantly better compared to Ozone. Yeah, the main goal is gorgeous, and he's so close to the corner, it shouldn't be too difficult for him to completely wall many of the resources off. Plus, getting the walls up the way that I was describing over here, right? Like this, also allows him to secure the wall line for sure, but in the end, it's gonna go for this one. I'm not the biggest fan of it. It's going to work, and he will still have this one secure, so it's not the worst, but I don't know, it doesn't seem to me like it should be too hard. Like, just a house over here and a palisade, or 2 houses over here would be enough for him to clean that up. For him to wall that up, rather. Meanwhile, Ozone's going for the largest walls you have seen on this map forever. Maybe it's a matter of Lix not being aware of the wood line over here. Yeah, that's it. And he didn't see the gold either. He didn't see the gold and he didn't see the wood. That's very unfortunate. Ozone gets to the field. He's gonna start pumping scouts. Lix, ditto. There we are. Overall, fantastic. Beautiful. Lix is looking alright. He will be completely walled off. Still has not realized about the woodline. He does realize about the woodline. He's not realized about the gold. That's very unfortunate. He's only 1 tile too far from scouting it. On the right hand side though, oh, John the Salt! First blood as Ozone had a little bit of a gap over here, and Lix is able to take advantage of it. With 2 scouts to get one of the villagers down as the spearman comes out from Ozone. Lix bails. But he's already managed to get some good damage done, and you know what? He's in a much better position because of it. Not only is he the only player who has gotten villagers down, but also Lix is a player to have gone for, I believe, the fewest units from both these players, as Ozone did go for scouts. 3 scouts compared to only 2 from Lix, and Ozone did go for significantly more spearmen. Now Lix is catching up, he's going for the 3rd spearman as well, but that's still going to be a few resources. Lix is saving from not going for the extra scout, plus having a higher villager count right now, of course, will put the red player in a much better position, so it's looking very good. It's about time for somebody to do exclamation mark Elo space Ozone or Elo space Lix to see what Elo is looking like for these players, or potentially hashtag Lix, hashtag Ozone. I think those are going to work as well. Rank 37, Lix. And that is his username, by the way. I change it to Lix. We'll capture it. Okay, okay, there we go, it works. 2k3 for Ozone, 2k4 for Lix right now. Here we are. Thank you. Oh! A little bit of boxing through the wall over there from Ozone to push the scouts away from Lix. Nice. Not too uneven as a matchup, even if Lix comes in with a lot more tournament experience. So battle grounds for 3-2 series. Ideally, right? The first 2 series were not quite as close. So this could be very good. We'll see. Here we are. Nice defense for Ozone so far. It's going to be the first player to click out to the castle. It shouldn't take Lix too much longer. He does have almost enough resources, and yeah, after the villager comes out, he will be on his way to the castle age. Lix. There we go. Getting a little bit of idle TC time, but still nowhere near as high as Ozone's. And in the end, it's going to be about a 32-second difference in favor of Ozone. While X, on the other hand, is going up on 7 extra workers though. Damn. Wheelbarrow came in for Ozone, so that's going to amount to 3 villagers worth of TC working time, of course. The problem for Ozone is he doesn't really have too many farms over here to actually compensate for it. With 9 farms, he's going to compensate for about 2 of the villagers he falls behind by going for Wheelbarrow. He needs a few more. Meanwhile, Lix got the second archer range over the up. He's going for the 3rd archer range, and Lix is going to get the cavalry archer spam going with Hans. What you expect to see from the civilization, 1 or 2. It's going to be either knights or cavalry archers, right? But we know what Lix is going for. Triple archer range, full cavalry archer production. Meanwhile, Ozone, on the other hand, is going to struggle a little bit more, for sure. And there we go. Castle Age is here. Already for Ozone. What does he go for? Well, he's got the 2nd and 3rd TCs on the way. No 2nd stable, so it's not going to be military production, just full economy. And playing full economy against Lix, a player who is renowned to excel at aggression, at messy games, at putting pressure up, and making the game unplayable, seems kind of weird. This gets to the Castle Age, and he used all 3 archer ranges already, and it's not going to take too long for him to get to a good amount of cavalry archers. Probably 20 plus will be enough for him to already get the pressure going, especially if he has to go for a forward siege workshop eventually as well. Hey, there we go, one more time. Ozone taking advantage of the connection over here between the palisades, still allowing him to target the units, and that's not something that really should be allowed. But he's going to take advantage of it. So where are the villagers? Yeah, there we go. He sends some villagers forward, right? He's got Wheelbarrow on the way, and he's collecting from the berries. Should be going the red player, that is, for a 4 siege workshop. Not really sure where though. We don't have too many elevations over here at the center, so I guess probably, yeah, probably around here I guess would be the best, right? Because if he goes for it on the right hand side, it's going to be confined to just pushing from the right hand side, and I mean something like this. Instead, yeah, going for one on the left hand side also would be similar. Instead of having this one over here, would allow him to get the push going. Also have no backwood, it's horrible now. The cavalry archer or Manuel can't harass Ozone's wool lines for days now. Yeah. Yeah. And here come the cavalry archers. Ozone already losing a villager earlier in the game. He's no stranger to eco damage over here, but he's probably going to end up losing a lot more than 1 extra villager over here. Lex, interestingly enough though, he did go for the 2nd TC, and he's going for a 3rd TC right now as opposed to going for full pressure. He doesn't have too many cavalry archers left, as a matter of fact. Hey Kundis, hi. Yes, Lex. I wonder how many people saw the stream title and left until the series that they wanted to see came up, right? So we had 2 series before this one. I wonder how many people who realized the stream was on for the first series decided to step away until Gibuton series was on, or until Lex's series was on. Something that sometimes I wonder. But it's actually meant to be like that, right? The reason that I put in the stream title which series we are going to cast, if it's possible for me to do so, is so that people know what's coming up and they can come for the series that they're interested in. I've been on since stream 1, since the first series, yes. I was waiting for Lex. Yeah, there we go. And it's not bad. It's not bad at all. People should watch whatever they want, so. That was the plan all along. But I'm just wondering how many people actually take advantage of that. We know that this series has definitely the highest potential from all the sets that we have seen so far today. Players seem to be the closest in terms of elo, and Lix is certainly always going to be the one to watch when interested in messy series and messy games. The way I see it, the game cast is 50% the entertainment experience, 50% is the casting and interacting with the audience. Yeah, and there's going to be something for everyone, right? Hey, there we go. Lix is going for the forward siege workshop finally. Now he's going for it on the left-hand side though, because the majority of the resources are here, I reckon. On the right-hand side, we do have a goal already. We actually have 2 goals for Ozone, but they are kind of far away. Meanwhile, on the left-hand side, he will be able to put pressure and deny these resources from the get-go. Potentially push Ozone away from this goal as well. We'll see. It's taking some time for Lix to get to the numbers he needs for cavalry archers to really get the push going, especially against camels. Funnily enough, well, this looks to be the most hyped series. I have to leave for this one because of it. Well, you know how it is, Wonderboy. It's going to be available in the VODs, and this is eventually going to come up on YouTube 2 days from now, so you can't go wrong. You'll still be able to watch it afterwards. Shivanshi Riders now from Ozone, which is why we need more units from Lix. He needs to get enough cavalry archers that he'll be able to run down the agility of the Shivanshi Riders. And oh, Mega Shot! Big Mega Shot over there! Seemed as if it connected against a lot more units than it actually did. Connect against, and man, Ozone's got a lot of Scorpions here. Who's going to come out on top? Lix is kind of trailing in terms of economy a little bit, but he is ahead of military count. However, the Shivanshi Riders are going to provide agility. The Scorpions are going to provide great defenses for Ozone as well. We'll see. Great to drop into a live stream again, though. Keep out the great work on YouTube. I will, Wonderboy. I don't know when the next time it is that I'll see you around the stream live, but it's nice to see that you're still around, keeping up even with YouTube. And if I don't get to see you again live, have a nice new year. And bon appetit, indeed. So there comes another big engagement brewing. So units get closer together and everything heats up. The mana goes down from Lix. He gets another mana out, but this one was completely out of position. How many cavalry archers we have for the red players? Got 29 right now. That is going to be enough for him to one-shot camels easily. But he does need to round down the agility of the Shivanshi Riders once again if he wants to take these down. Nice. One shot on the mountain over there, and here we go. This is what I wanted to see. The choke point over here is going to favor Lix, but he's not going to stick around trying to take the engagement. There's an even more favorable choke point over here that Lix is actually going to take advantage of, so he does end up pushing Ozone away. With Bloodsticks already here, Red's units are significantly deadlier as well against units running away, and we see that he does not have Thumbering though, so he needs that as well, so that he's more effective at a distance. Yeah, and the other Shivanshi Riders over here are tanking so much. There we go. Yeah, and the game has stabilized. Lix's economy is looking much stronger compared to Ozone's though. Now it's got very close to enough resource to go up to the Imperial Age. In the next minute or so, he should be able to get what he needs to go up. He doesn't have delaying a castle over here. Let's take a look though. The Manuel is going to act a little bit like a choke point. That is a lot of Scorpions coming over from Ozone. So Lix has to bail, and he does. He's gonna try and take these units down, and once again, he might have ballistics, but without Thumbering, these cavalry archers are not anywhere near as good as they could be. 50% accuracy compared to 100% after thumb ring. There he goes. Into what? Heavy cavalry archer, Parthian tactics. He's got the pikeman upgrade coming in, so could be Hall of the Year. And once he gets leather archer armor, heavy cavalry archers, these are going to be significantly more effective, much harder to take down. He does have a good amount of units to upgrade. Ozone. Ozone's gonna be on his way to the Imperial Age very soon. He's managed to get a castle up in Lix. Very soon we'll have enough stone to go for one. He needs to go for it. He needs to go for it so he'll be able to take the castle down from Ozone once he gets to the Imperial Age by going for Tertius. Otherwise, if Ozone gets to the Imperial Age himself and manages to keep the castles upright, that's going to put him in a very good position, as Gujaras will be able to go for Frontier Guards. Which will make camel type units so much stronger against melee units. Not so much against this. But very good for putting pressure. Even against pikemen, it's going to help a little bit. Yeah, there we go. The castle's coming up. Very nice defense though from Ozone. Ends up taking down the majority of the military units from Lix, and now the castle is getting delayed a little bit. We see Bracer on the way. Yes sir, Bracer. We should see chemistry come out very soon for the red player. He's got to go for a heavy cavalry archer. Parthian tactics too. But once again, still needs to get freaking thumb ring. Here we are. The cavalry archers will end up cleaning the units up over here. Like still looking much stronger though for military Ozone. This got a sneaky villager going for a stable. He's gonna be in the Imperial Age very soon. And check this out, it took a long time, but the cavalry archers cleaned out the units from Ozone on the right hand side, and we still have CA on the left, taking villagers down by the minute, and Lix's military count has gone up to 4 times as high as Ozone's. Plus, as he finally got the castle up, and he's still much earlier to the Imperial Age, he's got the trebuchets already on the way. I don't think Lix is aware of the stable, is he? He's not aware of the stable, he knows about the outpost only. However, Ozone is not going for any units right now. So Lix is going to be fine for the time being. He's got a second tertiary on the way in Ozone. We're just making a play for chakra throwers. These got nerfed, remember? Their base attack is not quite as high, although their pierce through has gotten buffed. So they are still going to be pretty strong against stacked units, just not so much against individual units. Or single line of units. Lix. He's not paying attention on the right hand side. Towards the south, this is going to result in a few losses. In the end, he does realize about it though, so he'll be able to deny this TC. Should be able to anyway. We're gonna keep an eye on the HP of those villages while we take a look at the trebuchets taking the castle down. Yep. This he gets denied. Here we go. This guy's might be going down. And it should be going down for sure. Is there a third trebuchet? There is no third trebuchet coming out from Lix. So it's going to be 2 versus 2 now that Ozone has managed to get the second trebuchet out himself. The difference, of course, that Lix by starting putting pressure against Ozone since earlier has prompted the blue player to spend a lot of resources to keep the castle up for longer. But we have Halberdier right now, guys. The red player is looking very good. Here we are. And then on the right hand side, yeah, it seems like Lix realized about the stable finally. He managed to get a castle up and he's gonna be able to defend himself just fine. And Ozone is certainly the one that the most pressure over here, as Lix has now got a heavy cavalry archer. These guys already have Thumb Ring. Let's go! And he has gotten Thumb Ring, actually Parthen tactics, sorry, as well. So the units from Lix are finally getting the upgrades that he needed. Ozone, on the other hand, he's got a Lich Revenge Rider. Yes, sir. He's got Fortune right now. It does not have Iron Casting. He does manage to get the castle down, though, from Lix. Our population is a little bit worse over here for the blue player. So if you're hoping to see Ozone potentially take this game, or at the very least survive a little longer, he's going to take significantly more units than what he's got right now to defend against this, especially with so many Halberdier coming over from Lix. They're going to take out the Revenge Riders easily. Whatever units Ozone's got left, they will die to the cavalry archers, so it seems like this is going to be game over in the next 1 minute or so, as now the Revenge Riders and the Chakram Throwers, they are getting completely cleaned up. Once again, Lix looks stronger in the game, takes game number 1, and Ozone calls it GG. So now it's going to be the Chinese player who looks much stronger over here. 1-0 against Ozone. Let's go through the achievements before taking a look at game number 2. Military, we have a stronger economy for military KD, sorry, for Lix, with a very close to 5 to 4 KD ratio, while for economy, we have a stronger economy for Lix, collecting about 2,000 extra resources, only not that much. Society favors the red player as well, and it seems like no matter how you slice it, Lix was much more favored in the series, you know? So well done. Makes sense, the donations are 100% streamer only. Well, not 100%, more like 95%, because there is a commission also that PayPal takes from donations. So if you spend $10 to send a $10 tip to a streamer, they are going to get like $9.40 or 50 cents. I think it's more like $9.40 or something, because I think it's like 50 cents plus 5% that PayPal takes as commission. But it's lower compared to the commission that Twitch takes from purchasing bits in any case. So yeah, that is why when I explain the difference between bits and just straight tips through PayPal, I refer to as, you know, I refer to the tips as being proportionally better for the stream. But there is nothing that there is no way for you to like spend $10 and then the streamer getting $10. PayPal is the next best thing. Actually, there is a way. There is a way if you made a bank transfer, perhaps, but that really depends on where you are, of course, and it's not something that I am ready for anyway, so. From the available options, tips come first, bits come second, subs come third, and from within subs, tier 3, tier 2, and tier 1 are going to yield the best revenue split for the streamer. And then, of course, prime subs are fantastic as well. They have the same revenue as a tier 1 sub, but the buyer doesn't have to pay anything. TransferWise is good for such bank transfers. Bank to bank is very bad, especially for small amounts. Might be. I'm actually not really sure, so I maybe shouldn't have said that. Yeah, I'm not sure if there is a way for nobody to take a commission unless you walk physically and hand it over a $10 bill to a streamer, perhaps, in a convention or something. I wonder, has anybody ever tried to donate to a streamer in a convention of some sort, like TwitchCon or something? I don't know. I can't imagine just hanging out with some of the viewers and then somebody coming over and here, handing over a $10 bill. Here's a donation, take it. That would be 100% for the streamer, of course, but even then, I guess you have to make it to that, right? You could also gift on PayPal, no fees then. It's restricted by location. I, for instance, cannot gift on PayPal. So whenever I have to pay streamers, sorry, not streamers, whenever I have to pay players for their tournament earnings, I cannot send them 100% the prize pool. They end up getting like 95% or so. In Europe, though, I think you are able to gift money through PayPal. Whoa! Ozone!
Trying out this donation feature. Does it work?
Trying out this donation feature? Yes, it does work. So now that you have confirmed that it works, let's see if somebody else is going to try. Thank you so much for the support. I had to ask though, is it Ozone or Ozone? I think I asked this before. What does it sound like, T90? That's just the voice that I picked for it, but for text to speech. But it's very much appreciated, thank you. It's going to be $21. And getting us closer to the holiday donation goal. That one, by the way, is this one over here. I intended to use it for a phone, basically, so that I would be able to be more active on socials. I'll be able to take pictures and stuff. And even kickstart another YouTube channel, but doesn't seem like we are going to get too far, given that we are already on the 28th, right? But it's still very much appreciated, of course. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to save it towards eventually being able to afford it. I will totally get you a crate of beer. 100% of the streamer. Right. Is Ozone pronounced basically Ice Tooth in German? Also Pokemon Attack I really like. I see. Okay, okay. Yeah, the EI, I thought it might have been pronounced I because of that being the way that that combination of character sounds in German, but I needed to know first. Ozone. Hopefully I'm not butchering that up too much. Guys, remember as well, next year I'm going to start learning. I'm saying next year, but that is within 4 days. I'm going to start learning German. Due to what I was talking about earlier during the stream of potentially moving to Europe. And if I am to move to Europe, that's probably going to be to Germany, so the journey begins. There we go. By the way, I just realized that the player names had disappeared over here on the bottom. Let me fix that. There we go. We will support you financially while you stream Norway. I would love to either move to Norway or Finland, but that's way too expensive. I don't know how much I trust this. We will support you financially while you stream. Am I missing some communism over there? What is going on? Don't come to Switzerland, way too expensive. Yeah, Switzerland is actually it was actually kind of the first choice. If money was no object, then I would have loved to move over to Switzerland, and then potentially one of the northern countries, and then Germany would be the third option, and Germany seems to be a good balance. Guess it should be on the way for both these players. We haven't really talked about the civilizations too much. We were just talking about finances, so let's try and fix that. As we wait for the players to make a play for the Castle Age, we'll take a look at Ozone Civilization first. He's playing Britons. That means he gets a 50% wood discount on TC starting in the Castle Age, and then in addition to that, we're gonna have for Ozone 1 extra range on foot archer units in the castle and Imperial Ages respectively, so +1/+2, except for skirmisher type units. And we have for the Britons also 25% faster working shepherds. For the team bonus, on the other hand, we're going to see that the Britons get 20% faster working archer ranges, and that's going to be about it for the most part. While for Elixir Civilization, the Burgundians will provide him with a 40% food discount on eco upgrades, which he gets access to 1H earlier. It's going to have an addition to that also. There we go. It's going to have an addition to that also access to the Cavalier upgrade in the Castle Age, as well as a 50% discount on stable upgrades. He also gets 25% higher attack on gunpowder units, and for the team bonus, we'll see the Burgundians get gold and food income from relics as opposed to just gold. That's going to be about it. Only thing good about Germany is Borussia Dortmund and beer. I don't know what the first thing is. In Bulgaria, being native Spanish speaker, you can make good dough working in the outsource industry in recent years. There are a lot of foreigners coming here, which is really nice and refreshing to see. Bulgaria, I haven't really considered that one too much. One of the reasons I also like Germany quite a bit was because of the very low UV index. Oh, it is a soccer team. Football team. Okay, I see. So yeah, the idea is to move to Europe, but still be able to support myself by doing this. Creating content. So I wouldn't want to pick up a job. If I wanted to pick up a standard job, then I would be able to move whatever, right? I can go to Switzerland. It's very expensive, but if I get a job there, then that pays for all the expenses. Also for the Nordic countries. So the idea is to move while still streaming. If that is not possible, then yeah, I can. Once again, 2023 is going to be the year where I try the hardest to make this grow a little bit more, and then if that doesn't work out, yeah, I can always move and just get a regular job, and in that case I can move anywhere really. Right, I can just get a regular job and that's going to pay for the expenses no matter where I move to, so that's fine. Will you share condo with a Viper in Germany? How many pets do they have? I don't think I'll be able to. I don't think we know each other well enough for that. ManTV seems to be a big player in the stream business. Are you guys friends? I think he has tricks up his sleeve and his popularity. Oh, Ma'am has grown up by streaming forever. He's been streaming since much longer than I was able to. The infrastructure was just not there in Argentina. I wouldn't have been able to start streaming earlier if I wanted to. I could only start streaming in 2018. And Ma'am he's had a different journey. He's been here earlier. He streams an insane amount of hours, and he does basically that's all he does. Streaming and the YouTube videos, right? But that is not something that I want to do. I don't want to dedicate myself 12 hours a day to streaming to grow. I don't think that's healthy, and I don't think anybody should expect a streamer to have to do that to make a decent living. It was the messy of streaming. Yeah, I don't know about that. I actually do enjoy having some time to do things that I want to outside of streaming and content creation. That is why I said earlier, I do spend about 40 hours a week working on content creation. If it's not by streaming, I usually do stream about 20 hours a month. 20 hours a week. And then the rest is going to be behind the scenes stuff. And then when I am done doing that, I do still want to have some time to actually do stuff that I enjoy outside content creation, right? So I want to have a somewhat healthy lifestyle balance. I know that it's going to be tricky because there are people like Ma'am who set the expectations incredibly high. I do not intend to meet those expectations anytime soon. But if I fail, it's fine. Once again, I'm just going to get a regular job, so it's good. So far, the game's been fairly uneventful. Silix taking some of the monks down, taking some of the villagers down. He's going to be the first one to collect a substantial amount of relics. He's already got 2, and he's got 2 monks collecting 2 more as well, so... Oh, 3 monks coming in with the relics, actually. He does end up collecting all 5 relics himself. From the center, we still have 4 additional relics outside. Oh, it's good to have plan B. You can do it? I'll try. Yeah, I'll try. 2023, once again, is the year that I try the hardest. But it's not going to come at the expense of mental health. It's not going to come at the expense of working 100% of the time, streaming 8 hours a day, 12 hours a day. I'm never going to do that. I know some people will expect that from streamers and they will only support the streamers who do that. That's not my audience. At the very least, I hope that's not my audience. Because if it is, I'm screwed. Conversion coming up. Ozone pushes Lix's scout away. Does not land the conversion in the end. He's gonna try to go after some of the relics. Once again, we do have 4 relics still up for grabs. 3 of these are going to be up in the north. 1 of these is going to be down south. However, it's being collected already by Lix. That's going to be the 6th relic already from Lix. Even if Ozone gets all 3 relics on the left-hand side, that's going to be still 6-3 favoring Lix. There we are. And so far, yeah, Lix has looked the strongest over here. Even if military count right now favors Ozone, Lix has still managed to get away. The majority of the relics already as is going to be the first player to go up to the Imperial Age, and Burgundians, they're just so good. You might have the same worker count compared to your opponent. But because you get access to eco upgrades earlier, your economy is going to be in a better shape. It's going to start paying off earlier as well. You're going to be able to go for something like this, going out to the Imperial Age while your opponent is not that close yet. Let's take a look at gather economy time. So much higher for Lix right now, about 40 minutes higher compared to Ozone. The worker count still dead even, neck and neck, 77 to 77. 40 Cs for Lix is going up on the right hand side. We have 40 Cs for Ozone. It's gonna go up very soon. Hey! There we go, 300 bits. Thank you so much for the cheer. Cold White. Jingle bell, yes. Thank you for the Christmas support. Oh, nice reaction from Ozone though. Lix was trying to go for the castle. Ozone reacted by going for a counter castle immediately, and now Lix is relocating the castle. He should be in a good spot though. The TTS guy died. I think it's broken for the bits. I'm not really sure. I could try to fix it for the next stream, but for the time being, I'm going to read the stuff myself. It does work for tips though, it seems. And there we go, Imperial Age is here. Yeah, broken for bits. Still on the way for Lix. It's got chemistry coming up. It's got forging coming in as well. He already has gone for the Cavalier upgrade. He's got only 2 Cavalier to work with, mind you. The first Ro36 is on the way, and we were expecting this to be the case. Ozone still going out to the Imperial Age. It's going to be there so much later than Lix. Has already put himself in a very nice position. Now, Britons are one top-tier arena civilization. And for fortified fortress over here, or clearing rather, sorry, fortified clearing, it's also going to be very strong, but against Burgundians, it seems to be struggling right now a little bit. Battalion upgrades on the way now for Lix as well, and Ozone is starting to make a play for pikemen, and this is the way you go About the Burgundians, we're gonna have archers. We're gonna have pikes over here for Ozone. Lix. Well, Lix, he's going for bar cannons very soon. Does he have actually siege workshops? He doesn't have it, so he's got chemistry, but he doesn't have a siege workshop, so he'll be just sticking to trebuchets by the looks of it. I did not know the Lix and Ozone were the same level. I thought Lix was higher. But what do I know? Wow! Ozone just called it GG! Well, the castle hasn't even crumbled yet. Interesting. He was on his way to the Imperial Age. There was a single trebuchet taking the castle down. The second one was unpacking here. And that was a really uneventful GG for sure. But yeah, they are kind of close. I'm not really sure if I would say they are the same level, especially on a tournament game. Lix does come in with a lot more tournament experience, which should impact his gameplay abilities, but he is also 100 higher elo compared to Ozone, so I think that's going to influence things a little bit. But, you know, I still would have expected Ozone to keep on trying over here a little bit more. Just go for the longbows. Maybe not for longbows, he won't be able to go for many of those anyway, but try to go for some archer ranges. Arbalesters, you know, he was already on a good amount of barracks, so he was gonna get to the halberdier to defend against the paladin, but yeah, Ozone decided not to keep on trying anymore, and that's going to be game number 2 going in favor of Lix, and I was kind of hoping this was going to be a little bit of a closer set, but game number 3 goes the same way games 1 and 2 have gone. We might just have another one-sided set on our hands. Yeah, well, the relics were good. So Ozone knew the relics were going to benefit Lix for sure, but yeah, it's kind of rough to see him not even try, right? When calling the GG over here puts Lix on match point position already. We have a stronger KD in the end for Lix. It's going to be about 76. Meanwhile, for economy, a little bit lower than that. Meanwhile, for economy, we have a stronger economy for Lix collecting, my lord, 4,300 extra resources and change. About 1,500 of those come from the relics alone. And for society, a much higher worker max count for Lix. Well, not really that much higher. Only about 4 higher compared to Ozone, but because the upgrades coming in earlier, and this is what I was talking about earlier, notice Dalbit Axe and Horse Collar came in earlier for Lix already in the Dark Age, and ditto for Bowsaw and for Heavy Plow as well in the Fuel Age. So yeah, it's interesting to see for sure. Let's go back. Welcome everyone to game number 3. Match point already as Lix is up 2-0 against Ozone. We have the Bull player on the right hand side playing with the Aztecs. We have Lix, the Portuguese, playing on the left hand side. And for these civilizations, thank you for the follows, guys, today. It's very much appreciated. And on the right hand side, we're going to see Ozone with the Aztecs kit. Villagers can carry 3 extra resources per trip. He begins with 50 extra gold. On top of that, the Aztecs will also have 11% faster training military units except for monks, but monks get 5 extra HP per each monastery technology that they research. For the team bonus, the Aztecs will also have 33% faster gold income from relics, while Lix, playing with the Portuguese, will get access to Fatery in the Imperial Age, 25% wood income from berries, so it's kind of similar to the Poles in the sense that for each unit of berries that he collects, it's going to get 0.25 units of wood. Besides that, the Portuguese will get a 20% gold discount on military units, and for the team bonus, technologies will research 30% faster, so that'll summarize both these civilizations. Let's take a look at the map generation, starting with Ozone. The Bull player's got the main goal up in the north. It's going to be on the back, so that's good. And he's got the main store on the right-hand side. And the east over here, kind of backish as well. Should be pretty easy for him to go for some walls from here to here, here to here, and then something like this towards the TC. He will be able to secure himself, although he will be too far from the berry, so ideally he would want to go for something like this instead, right? What I would definitely prefer to see the blue player try to go for instead, though, would be something like from here to here and here to here instead. So he's able to secure the stone. And most importantly, he's able to secure the wood over here against any potential archer or tower pressure coming in from Lix. Taking a look at the red player's map generation, we'll see that he's got goal forward. The main goal forward. The secondary goal is going to be up in the north. Not forward, but not particularly safe. The main stone is on the back, and then that's going to be about it, I think. Yeah, for the most part. So, shouldn't be too difficult for the red player to wall himself up as well, right? Going for something like from here to here, here to here. And then ideally here to here and here to here, so that he will be able to secure this one, and ideally the wood line shouldn't be too difficult, but we'll see if he does end up going for it or not. There we go. Barracks already up for Ozone. He starts going for the militias. It's going to be a drush. By the looks of it. It's going for the mill later. So it's got the militias coming out sooner. We'll see. He's gonna try and Lion Rush. Let me take a look at the scouting information. He knows nothing about lions. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But he's bringing the militias forward, and he's got just 2 though. It seems like it's going to be a Drash FC. Meanwhile, Lix on the other hand. He's got the barracks coming up. After the mill, this is not going to be a particularly high pressure move from Lix for sure. I know, I think you're the best AoE2 caster. Thanks for your streams. Well, thank you for your kind words. I appreciate it. Oh! But the eagle's getting chopped though. The quick volts from Lix. Ozone was kind of asking for it coming with the scout. Yeah, on this area already. He doesn't that getting trapped over there, so Lix is going to be in an alright spot, you know? It's unlikely that Ozone will be able to get too much damage down over here with a single scout. How many villages do we have for Lix? He's got 2 villages over here, so he should be fine. Village is gonna be here for Lix. Ozone is going up on 24 population. Now this is not going to be enough for him to fast castle. No. So it's going to be just a drush flash of sorts. Going up on 22 workers though. Seems too late for him to make a play for archers as well. So it seems like he's just gonna try to go up to the castle age, but it's not going to be a fast castle. It's just going to be a standard field time. It's going to be a late-ish field time into full economy in the field age to try and make a play for the castle age earlier, while Lix on the other hand, Lix is not going for a fast castle despite the fact that he's playing Portuguese. He's got instead men-at-arms on the way. These are militias right now. He's got the man-at-arms upgrade coming up, and the units are moving forward, so this could be really good for Mr. Lix. Let's take a look. There you are. Archer range is on the way now for Ozone. Well, Teo.
Nova for casting president.
Hey. There we go. Thank you so much. Hey, there we are. Cold White, as well as Teo. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for the tip, Teo. $5 coming in. Cold White, 500 picks. That's going to be $5 as well. 5 avocados from each of you. That's going to be 10 avocados, making me a happy man for 10 days. And thank you so much for the support. Noah for AOE2 President, says Cold White with the bit. Back from food. Here on the boy. I still accept 2-0. I guess not super unexpected. Yeah. And he's the one right now to put the most pressure with the Minotaur's 4. And now he's got some archers coming in. He's gonna start pressuring Ozone, who's making a play for the castle lich over here instead. He does have an archer range up, but it's quite clear he's gonna try to go up ASAP. Thank you for the support, guys. And that was a Simul Jono as well. Simul Jono and Simul, I guess, cheer, right? You were coordinating this behind the scenes, were you not? I think you were. It was even the same message, or very close. Anyway. No? Come on. Coordinating. So it just happened to go for the same message? Alright. What are the odds? I'd love to see the support. Thank you so much, guys, once again. Hey, Career. Hi, welcome back. We're doing alright as well. Your viewers are the best, Nova. I am very happy with my community. It's very friendly for the most part. I've been very, very lucky as well. I want to believe that I'm doing something right, that I'm attracting the right kind of people, the people that I want to attract, and so far it seems like it's the case. Good defense for Ozone. He doesn't end up pushing the Minotaurs away, but he gets pushed away from the berries because the archers are completely out of position. Lix walks away from the berries after pushing the villagers away. Ozone still has about 260 food left to collect from the berry bushes. Meanwhile, yeah, Lix on the other hand, Lix being completely fine back home. He's got a single berry bush left over here. About 35 food left, and he's about to deplete that one. Meanwhile, Ozone is unable to go up to the castle age much faster compared to Lix at all. Yeah, not only good defense for Ozone, also he's pushing Lix back, and it's going to turn into an offensive play, right? So they say the best defense sometimes is a good offense, so he's going forward. He's going back now. I'm not exactly sure what Ozone's plan is over here. Lix is getting into the berry bushes once again. He will not be able to get a villager, but he does end up pushing all the villagers away. Yeah, and now the castle age is on the way for Ozo finally. He does manage to click up a little bit earlier compared to Lix. The red player, on the other hand, he's got a second archer range already up, and he should be on his way to the castle age very soon. It's gonna be there probably a full minute after Ozone manages to get there, so not too bad. And still favoring the blue player. Now the question remains though, what will Ozone be able to do once he gets there? So far, Lix has been dominated the series. For the most part, and Ozone seems to be thinking of going for Eagle Warrior. So he's got the second barracks already up. He's got a third barracks coming up on the front of his base. Lix is finally on his way to the castle age. This point in time, though, is going to be a full minute and 35-second hit start for Ozone to the castle age, and it will just be full Eagle Scout, Eagle Warrior, of course, eventually. While Lix has a second archer range. This is not going to work against Eagles, of course, And let's take a look. He should know about the barracks, right? And he does. He knows about all 3 barracks, so he's expecting to see Eagle Warriors coming up his way. And that makes the fact that he's still sticking to Archer production the more surprising. All the more surprising. He needs to make a play. Knights or Lone Swords potentially as well. I hope Ozone wins. I've always heard that Aztecs are a force to be reckoned with or something. They are. They are very strong. And against Portuguese over here, they should certainly be quite good as well. We'll see if Ozone is able to take advantage of the civilization. As we always say, it's very much so about the players. Even more so than it is about the civilizations. Very often. Let's see. Ozone's got the Eagle Warrior upgrade already. He's got Bolso on the way. He's got a higher worker count compared to Lix, despite the fact that the red player is going up later to the Castle Age. A lot of extra TC time over there for Lix in order to click out to the Castle Age, while Ozone on the other hand was able to keep the TC working much better, much more of the time as well. So here come the Eagles. Yes sir, he starts the production already, and if he's able to sustain production of all 3 barracks, he should be in a very good spot. And he is, for the most part, at the very least right now. He's able to keep production going. He's got more Eagle Warriors queued up as well. If he's going to stick to 1 TC, shouldn't be too difficult for him to get that. And Lix is going for the castle though. No Lone Swords, no Knights. He'll try to make a play for Organs. That's gonna take a while though. Castle, he can only produce 1 unit at a time. Of course, Ozone's got 3 barracks right now, and then the longer the game goes, the more his economy grows. He'll be able to go even for a 4th, 5th barracks as well to increase his production potential even further. If new civilizations appear in AoE 2, what should they be? What do you think they should be? If new civilizations appear, I'm not really a history expert, so I wouldn't really know. But I would like to see some more African civilizations. We have a good chunk of Asian and European civilizations already, so it would have to be African civilizations or potentially American civilizations. Now the thing is, what we have right now, Aztecs, Mayans, and Incas, they are already kind of like power civs from America from that age. Those were like the top tier civilizations, right? So if you were to go for anything else, it'd be kind of awkward because even the top tier American civilizations were not too good compared to what the European civilizations were like back in the day. And well, we do have like S tier and B tier European and Asian civilizations in Age of Empires. A B tier American civilization would be kind of hard to justify, I guess, for Age of Empires. So I think it would probably have to be from Africa, perhaps. Yeah, I think there were a lot of big powers in Africa that could still be represented in Age of Empires. Now I don't know what those are. Once again, I'm not a history expert, but it seems to me, at the very least, I have the feeling that we probably have more left to explore in Africa than we do in America. And then the oceanic civilizations, well, I don't know. They should be disconnected from the rest of the world, right? At that time. So not sure. Organs are coming out, Lix. Send some villagers forward. It's gonna try and get a castle up at the center. This will give him control of the gold. Exactly there. He'll be able to secure this, and deny these, which is just as important as securing some himself. Were the Egyptians not a thing during the Age of Empires 2 era? I feel like they were, right? Weren't they? I mean, they are still a thing today. I would imagine they probably were a thing back. Like, I don't think their history line got interrupted at any point, right? They probably just were not quite as powerful as in the ancient history. Switch workshop, defensive one coming out for Ozone. Yeah, Alexis putting some good pressure over here. It's gonna be the first player to go up to the Imperial Age, guys. With 2 castles, his organ gun production potentially increases twofold. And unbelievable, he's gonna stick to 1 TC. Oh, he is going for a second TC, never mind. He's going after the Imperial Age very soon. This is very interesting to see. Ozone should be in a pretty decent spot over here still because of the potential for military production. Just gotta be careful, of course, against the organ guns. But he's got monks to convert the organ guns. He's got eagles to take down the archers. On paper, Ozone's got all the pieces of the puzzle that he needs to push Lix away. Now we'll see. What era? Area 2 covers about 500 to 1500. Yes, I'm talking about all that, or at some point during that period of time, were the Egyptians still very strong? I guess they could probably be a civilization. I don't know. The last that I heard about the Egyptians being a powerhouse civ was from 500 BC, actually. But then again, once again, not a history expert, so wouldn't really know whatever happened to the Egyptians afterwards. Oh, they were Byzantines, I think. Oh, right. You are correct. Now I remember. I was listening to Don Carlin's King of Kings podcast, and he was talking about some other civilization. He was talking about the Persians conquering Egypt, and a Persian guy, I think the Persian king, being also the pharaoh from Egypt as well, like conducting all the ceremonies and stuff. So I guess, okay, so Egypt didn't disappear, but it was not independent for a very big portion of time, right? Okay, that makes sense. All right, then I have no idea. We already have Ethiopians, we have Berbers, right? We have Malians. I'm really sure what else you could get. Post 700 AD, Egypt is Saracen? I don't know. I'm not a history buff. Here we are. And we finally see the engagement that I was hoping to see. It's not the way that I was expecting it to go, though. He actually does end up taking all the organ guns with the eagle wars. I thought the eagles were going to get clapped by the organ guns and he was going to need something else. But in the end, he does come out on top. He does go out to the archers right now. Lix, he's going for chemistry. He's going for bracer. And it's very important for Ozone to clean these units up because now with the upgrades, Lix's archers are so much stronger as well. Even with the Eagle Warrior upgrade, these units are going down to the crossbows in the end. And there's a big shot from the Magna, but the Magna goes down right away as well. And Lix survives with a good amount of archers to potentially upgrade to Arbalesters. Tourist is on the way now for Lix as well. There is a castle for Ozone. The elevation around Lix's castle is actually higher compared to the elevation from Ozone. This is something that I talked about in the past. And I don't know if I like it too much that the elevation around the center is actually lower compared to the elevation on the center. For some of the other recent tournaments, we have seen the Gold Rush versions have the outer elevation be just as high as the center one, so that nobody has the center control, right? If they get a castle up over here, this is going to be very hard to push. It's going to be very hard for Ozone to push Lix out of here when the red players got the hill advantage to work with. Turkish Ottoman, I like the Apache. Oh, the Apache could be a good save, I think, but yeah, I think they come a little bit later compared to the current American civilizations, right? Healer is going down from Lix to Ozone's crossbows. Still, the red players want to put the most pressure with the bombard cannon and the trebuchet. He's gonna try and take the castle down. If my memory serves, Saladin was born in Cairo and ruled over it. Could they break out the Chinese like they did with the Indians? That was a suggestion. They had a suggestion for the Chinese And some people around the community also had the suggestion for the Italians also. In that case. Egypt being Saracen. Post 700 AD. Maybe. I thought Saracen was a term to describe just kind of nomadic people from North Africa, or am I completely off over here? There wasn't actually... It wasn't actually a Saracen civilization as much as just it being a term to describe the groups of different people roaming around that area. You're thinking about Berbers? I might be... Yeah, I might be confusing the civs then. They're just coming forward from Ozone. Yeah. yeah. That time is a very big time window for Age of Empires 2. Right hand side. Oh, one crossman though from Licks. Spots the villagers from Ozone. Still the red player keeps control of the extra gold over here. It's only a matter of time until Ozone runs out of resource. Let's take a look at the resource view. You know what? Ozone has already run out, so he sent the villagers around to try and spot some available resource, but he won't be able to. There are no golds left outside. You know, beyond what Licks has available himself. So Ozone won't be able to collect any gold unless he's able to push Licks away from the center. Hey T-West! Hi. What I like is split Italians. Italy wasn't even a thing like India. Split Italians into Venetians for water and Genoese for land. Right. Yeah, that was one of the suggestions. The Italians, then the Chinese as well. To be fair, for the amount of Eagle Warriors that managed to leak into Lix's base over here, the amount of losses has not really been too bad from Lix, you know. He ended up losing only about 5 villagers over here total so far. Well, he was able to get so many villagers down himself. And Ozone might still be ahead in working count, but he spent so many extra resources just trying to keep up with the economy. So let's see. Castle on the way now, Lix. That's gonna be a get out of my game castle, in the sense that will make it impossible for Ozone to contest the center at all, unless maybe the blue player was to go for a castle around this area perhaps to try and secure this. But it's going to be pretty difficult, especially with the second castle coming up at the center. Lix will be able to go for trebuchets as much as he needs in order to keep control of the center. He's got Feterias now on the way, so Lix's economy is about to get better. It's about to get stronger. It's going to try and catch up to Ozone. Beautiful. Water friendly stone camp? Not so much. Not anymore. How many eagles do we have over here? It's got 21 elite eagle warriors. Meanwhile, Lake's got plenty of hand cannoneer. Organ guns over here. Should be able to clean out the Eagle Warriors. Even if he ends up taking a few losses over here, it's not going to be the worst. And the thing is, if he does end up clearing out the Eagles, then Ozone won't really have the means to keep on producing units. He cannot really replenish his army. With 0 villages in gold, he's got just 2 relics. So he cannot really go for too many Eagle Warriors at a time. While the Turret gets cleaned up over there, it had already taken down the TC, so now Ozone is effectively out of defenses on his original base location. Meanwhile, he does have the last standing TC down the south over here. Not really providing too much protection though, but he does manage to get enough stone to get a castle up down the south. That is not a good location though, it seems to me. Well, he'll be able to defend some of his economy down south. There is a lot of economy left exposed up in the north. And Lix is going for Cavalier. And honestly, because Ozone is banking for the most part on Eagle Warriors over here. Yeah, the Cavalier army does make sense. Eagle Warriors and Skirmishers, right? The Cavalry army does make sense against both those unit type. Both those unit types, he should be able to trade favorably. I say with that gold, sadly has to be GG. Yeah, it very much seems like it. And the reason Ozone has not called a GG over here is because up until just a few seconds ago, he was top scorer. And this is, of course, his tournament life on the line. Here we go. Yeah, no zone. The problem over here for the Bull player, though, is that Raiden is not going to solve his problems. If he gets a bunch of villagers down, let's say that he goes and manages to get 39 villagers from Lakes, right? And he catches up in Eco KD. That doesn't really do anything for him. He still does not get access to gold. And so long as these Eagle Warriors, they get eventually cleaned up, Lix is still going to be in a much better position. So what Ozone needs to do is he needs to try and get control of one of the golds at the center, and he's so far unable to do so for the most part. Now the question is, where are the Cavalier? Lix is going for them right away. He's got 6 stables, or yep, he's going for the 7th stable. And here come the Cavalier and Wild Dog Hand Cannoneer going down to the Skirmishers. Now the Skirmishers! We realized about the Cavalier coming in and cleaning these units out from the Bull player. Eagle Warriors, while Ozone was able to make use of the market for a while to keep the Eagle production going, are not going to be sufficient. So this should finally be the army of the GG, the favors Lix. 150 population, 60 population versus 130 as Ozone. It's completely cleaned up over here. The Eagle Warriors and the Skirmishers go down. It's only a matter of time until Lix gets substantial lead in military. And there we go. Ozone realizes, and he goes on to call the GG, guys. Says good luck next, and the series that we were expecting to be probably the closest one was maybe as one-sided as the first two that we cast today. Well, the games went a little bit longer though in any case. Well, for the most part, except maybe for game number 1, I think it was, right? But anyway, Lix will be the final player moving on to the round of 18. Those sets will be cast in 2 days from now, starting on the 30th. We're going to provide coverage for 3 sets on the 30th, 3 sets on the 31st, and 3 sets on January 1st. Does hand cannon melt in the Eagles, Jam? Yeah, the hand cannon are just extremely effective. And while the Skirmishers were actually doing work from Ozone against the hand cannoneer, the Cavalier were going to seal the deal. Cavalier will take the Eagle Warriors down, and they will take the Skirmishers down, of course. For military, in the end, we're going to see a better than 2-to-1 KD ratio for Lix for economy. Stronger economy for Ozone, mind you. He did have extra villagers to work with. A much higher villager count compared to Lix to work with for a much longer period of time as well. So take a look at society, and it was always looking better for the Bull player. The problem is he was unable to take advantage of this because so much of his extra resources he ended up using the market to get access to gold for, and it was not particularly efficient, right? Plus, he was a player to lose the most villagers this game, with 42 villagers going down throughout the game, while Lix ended up losing only 11. Even to what seemed to be a very big Eagle Warrior raid towards the end of the game. So well done. Lix 3, much lower APM, did not matter. Ozone, Neil gets knocked out of the tournament, and Lix moves on to the decider.